Hey there everyone, it's Ashley Newell with you for this week's Make It Monday challenge, and I'm going to be sharing how I made this Z-fold card and how you can make your own Z-fold cards. I'm using this back to school type of theme, but you can create a Z-fold card for any occasion. So I just wanted to show you where I got started with my Z-fold card when I was making a template to share with you all. I like it because there's 3 panels on one side and then 3 on the other, so you get a total of 6. So you want to start with an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. Now on the 11-inch side, you want to cut off 1/8 inch. So you want to have 10 and 7/8 inches of cardstock by 8 inches. That's the 1/8 inch there. The next step you want to do is make your scored lines. The first scored line you want to make is at 3 and 5/8 inches, and the second score line is at 7 and 1/4 inches. I like to do my scored lines at this step because it's out of the way and you can see exactly your 3 different panels on your Z-fold card. The next step you want to do is take a ruler or whatever type of measuring device you like to use and mark off at 2.5 inches on the 8.5 inch side of your cardstock. So you want to mark off 2.5 inches on the left side bottom part, and then on the other side 2.5 inches on the right top side. Okay, this is going to allow you to be able to take your ruler and draw a diagonal line, and then use your paper trimmer and align your trimmer up on the hand drawn line and then cut it, and then you end up with 2 Z-fold cards. That's pretty much the tutorial on how to make a Z-fold card. The rest of this video is going to demonstrate how I design my teacher card. So again, I already have my 3 panels already scored. My Z-fold card is pretty much already made up. Now I'm just designing it to however I like. So I'm taking this stamp from Desktop Designs, and this is the line stamp that you usually see in schools that teaches kids how to draw their letters and words on a straight line. So I'm creating this last panel here to have a lined background just to go along with my back to school theme card. And I'm stamping this with soft stone ink. And I'm just repeating the pattern, just using my acrylic block and my eyes, and the acrylic block is a guide on how to align each stamp to make sure they're equidistant apart. Alright, so I have one more I'm going to do here at the bottom, and then I'll be finished with this last panel here, and it has a design on it. Now the thing about the Z-fold cards, again, you have 3 panels on one side and 3 panels on the other side. So I'm going to fold it like so. And you can fold it the opposite way if you like, but that's the way I prefer it. You can also leave all panels white. You can add a cardstock layer, for instance, to each panel to add some color. You can do as I am here, adding a stenciling pattern. This is using the new Stencil Basics dots. This is the smaller version of it. I'm just ink blending with some pale peony ink. Or you can just stamp, on the panel as well. So I'm going to just stamp on the front panel a sentiment, and that's a way to show you from the first, second, and third panel 3 different ways you can embellish them. You can add die cuts. There's so many things to do, and I really like the Z-fold card because it takes us out of the traditional horizontal or vertical top or side fold that we usually see in either an A2 or an A4 size card that we typically make. The Z-fold card still may be the small size that I created and showed for you here with the dimensions I shared, 10 and 7/8 inches by 8.5 inches, and then scored at 3 and 5/8 inches and 7 and 1/4 inches. That allows you to create a card that will fit inside of an A2 envelope. So they're still mailable. I will say that if you start embellishing your cards with creative and edges like I am doing on this card, it does take it outside of that A2 envelope size. Alright, so to catch you up on what I've been doing here while I've been chit-chatting away, I have stamped the sentiment twice, once on scrap paper with Pure Poppy ink to get that color so I could fussy cut it out, and then plopped it right on top of the smoky shadow stamped sentiment there, just to give it some extra color. Now I'm taking my die cut and stamped apples, and I'm going to add them along the border, the top borders of each of the panels. So this apple here is assembled using enclosed apple die collection, and I'm just going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive to it and then just add it to the top right of the last panel. The next four apples, I should say, are from the Apple Print stamp and die collections, and so I'm just adding them again with liquid adhesive on the inside there, and then I'm adding this third apple here to the outside. And I'm going to use some foam adhesive to add this red apple here, just to give it some dimension so that they're all not completely flat. And then I'm adding that last Granny Smith apple at the end there. But you can really add any type of embellishments here. You can use flowers for birthday cards and a lot of different things. Leaves for the fall season. It's really all up to you for the type of occasion you want. The Z-fold card has so many different possibilities you can create with it because it's just a card fold. So I just wanted to show the last thing I wanted to do was take this scallop circle die cut a little bit of it to look like a bite was taken out of the apple. I think it adds just a little bit of extra pizzazz there. So this is my Z-fold card, and this was my template that I was working with. And as you can see here in the finished shots, it's a really fun interactive card. It's great for back to school. Again, any occasions will work for this technique. But I hope to see what you create, and I appreciate you watching this week's video. And for Paper Tray Ink, I'm Ashley Cannon Newell. See you next time.